could be anywhere doing a lot of different things, but you chose to be here.
Some shows don't need a celebrity narrator to introduce the show, but this show does. In a world filled with endless opportunities, why would two men who have built 13 multi-million-dollar businesses altruistically invest 5 hours per day to teach you the best practice business systems and moves that you can use? Because they believe in you, and they have a lot of time on their hands. They started from the bottom, now they're here. It's the Thrivetime show starring the former U.S. Small Business Administration's Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark, and the entrepreneur trapped inside an optometrist's body, Dr. Robert Zillner. 2 men, 8 kids, co-created by 2 different women, 13 multi-million-dollar businesses.
We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here.
Mr. Clyde started from the bottom, and now we're at the top, teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. The C's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of 5, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the CNC up on your radio, and now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here.
So the more video testimonials you have and the more Google reviews you have, the more people will be receptive to the calls you're making. That's how that works. Raider, getting before and after photos or before and after videos or testimonial videos. Why is that important in the fitness game?
I mean, it's social proof. It's proof that it works. It's gold.
And branding is just what people think about when they think about your business. Okay, that's what branding is. So videos, images, search engine content, more Google reviews, and then the dream, and then for the D, VISMD. What's the D? D is Dream 100. VISMD. Greg, that's not a big part of what we're focusing on right now, but what would happen if all the home builders in Tulsa called your wood flooring company every time they built a house?
Well, we would expect some growth.
So that's the Dream 100. We'll talk about that more later.
That's huge.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
So moving on to box number 6. You got to have a 3-legged marketing stool. And the reason why your marketing system has to be just 3 legs is because if it's anything more complicated than that, it won't get done. You got to have 3 legs to your marketing stool. If you have 8 or 14, you got to have 3. If you have more than 3, it'll fall apart. So a 3-legged marketing stool, 3 legs. So what's leg number 1 for Greg's business? Leg number 1 is you want to absolutely dominate the Google search results and all of the AI search results. That's leg number 1 is, we'll call it search results. That's Greg, leg number 1. Leg number 2 is online reputation management. It is so important that Greg gets Google reviews and video testimonials because people are going to look him up. And leg 3, we're not there yet, but leg 3 would be having a Dream 100 marketing campaign devoted to reaching out to the top home builders or the top remodelers or the top commercial construction people so that they would refer you. That's the 3-legged marketing stool. We on the same page? You got to have a 3-legged marketing stool. I want to go back to Troy on this. Troy, with your business, you have grown. How would you describe the growth you've had since we've worked together?
We've grown 128%, so that I can describe it that way. We've doubled, we've gotten more efficient, we have systems that work and are duplicatable. It's not reliant on just me. I've got a team now that's doing things, and I'm auditing it, and so it flows easier. I can sleep at night.
I want to get your thoughts on this, Josh. Josh, you do conferences up there in Canada. You do growth conferences. You also come up top in the search results. How important are those conferences you do to the growth of your business?
They're really important, right? It's they get to interact with other clients. We get marketing material from that. We get to educate clients in ways that would be difficult one-on-one just because of the time, just like this.
So again, that's leg number 1, let's say, is the conferences you do. You also do a podcast. Your podcast?
That's right, yeah.
How important is your podcast to the growth of your accounting practice?
I would say it's incredibly important because it drives people to the conference. It drives people who want to convert as paying customers already. Like it's basically important enough that I've done it, 104 weeks in a row without fail every single week. And for perspective, we've had episodes where we get 20, 30,000 people tuning in on the week.
And gathering objective video testimonials and Google reviews, how important is that for your business?
Incredibly important because, ultimately people, before they're going to do business with you, they're going to search you. So that's one of the things that goes back to that cola example too. It doesn't really matter how they heard about you. There's probably, what I like to call, it's been cited about 83% chance that someone's going to Google you. So whether they heard about you as a conference or Facebook or a podcast or whoever they heard about you, if you don't have those testimonials, they're not actually going to convert. So going back to that cola example, that's amazing that his competitor's spending $15,000 a week because they're going to then turn around and Google providers and they're going to see that he's going to show up as better rated. So it's actually helping him.
Let's do a search real quick for wood flooring in Tulsa. Wood flooring in Tulsa. And I want everybody write down on page number 5 what you would type into Google if you were looking for wood flooring. And just write it down real quick. No group think. Just write it down real quick. I'm going to come to you in a second. Just write down what the keyword is you would type in if you were going to look for wood flooring. Okay, so wood flooring Tulsa. We'll scroll down so we can see it. Greg, Tulsa Wood Floors and More. You come up top. If you scroll down here. By the way, we're scrolling past former clients. Whenever I have a client who sells their company, and then I end up going and competing with my former client. It just happens every time. So then Greg comes up there, okay. What would you type into Google if you were looking for wood flooring, ma'am? Wood floors? Would you put Tulsa before it or after it? After? Okay, so just type in wood floors, Tulsa. This isn't a magic trick. This is just showing how it works. Here we go, wood floors. And Greg comes up top again. And then if you scroll down, you see Greg again. Sir, what would you type in? Installed wood floors. Would you put Tulsa? You put Tulsa? Okay, Tulsa. Installed wood floors. Again, these are all, I would never have typed that in, and you would. I would never have, everyone, we all think differently, okay? There he is. Comes up top again. If you scroll down, there he is again. Okay. Anybody else? What else would anybody else type in? Yes. Residential wood flooring. Would you put Tulsa after or no? Tulsa? Okay. All right, go for it. And let's see. There he is again. And if you scroll down, there he is again. All right? So he comes up top. Therefore, it's like he is definitely getting that business. Make sense? All right? So now we go, okay, well, if it's so easy to grow a business, then why is it that some people don't? And I'm going to get into this. This will be a good segue into our next presenter, by the way. But you have this thing called a to-do list. You see it? The yellow? Okay. So Chrissy, who's here from New Hampshire, she shadowed me yesterday. And Chrissy, I'm going to bring you up for just a second, and I'm going to have you take Raider's microphone. So Raider of the Lost Ark we're going to swap him out for Chrissy. Her company's chillspa.com. We've had the honor to serve her and help her grow her online leads for the last 3 years. And what I like about Chrissy is Chrissy likes people. And if anything, she is trying to build a community. And she is really, really trying to create a great environment for the women in New Hampshire. How would you describe your business? Like, why did you start it? What is the purpose?
I love to make people feel and look great. I just love to work with amazing people. And
so if she were to go to the Spears Business College and a young man were to say, how do you give back to the community? She would be like, how would you answer? That'd be like, that's what I do. I'm building a community.
I love making them feel good.
Yeah, I would have given the opposite answer. It doesn't mean that she's wrong or that I'm right. It just means that the purpose of why you're building a business might be different. Hers is that you're creating a community. It's awesome stuff. When you shadowed yesterday, what are some things you learned yesterday?
The importance of a checklist. My gosh. The big thing is follow through and checking up. If you expect something, you need to inspect it.
So this is the to-do list. I'm going to pull up. So this is, I printed this off for you so you'd have an example of what a to-do list looks like. But Sean, will you pull up my to-do list for today? Because today is now, and I think it might be helpful to look at the to-do list for today. Maybe that's helpful. But you got to have a to-do list every single day. So if you're here today and you want to achieve massive success, and I know you do, you got to get in the habit. Sean, can we put up on the screen there? You got to have a to-do list every day. Every day. And what happens is we live in a world where people don't have a to-do list. And so what happens is, we'll scroll down here, we'll find the yellow stuff. If you don't have a to-do list, by default, you're going to have what happened to you. Okay, so let's look at this. So Sean, pull up a new tab, do a search real quick here. According to Nielsen, the average person now spends 11.3 hours per day scrolling through social media.
What?
11.3 hours per day, according to Nielsen, which is probably the most accurate, objective polling institute currently that exists in the world. 11.3 hours per day. Psychology Today. Will you type in, Sean, time flies, Psychology Today? Psychology Today now found, that was an older study. Psychology Today found out that this year, the average person has now passed 12 hours a day scrolling through social media. Just scrolling. I was scrolling. You know, and it depends on what you're scrolling. I was learning about the economy. I'm learning about the Republicans. I'm learning about the Republicans. I'm learning about the economy, the Republicans, the economy, the midterms. Here we go. Or it could be Democrat. Or it could be sports, just whatever. But people just scroll and scroll and scroll. They kind of scroll their life away. Make sense? So what you got to do is have a to-do list. So back to my to-do list here. Okay? A to-do list. Sean, back to my to-do list. To-do list. Pull it up. To-do list. Yes. Okay. So I wanted Jackie to download this video. How many of you have kids? How many of you were a kid? Every year, I make a Christmas video for my wife and kids every year. And so every year I do this, but it's like I work on it every day. So I needed Jackie to download a video of my, click on that video real quick here. Sean, you can click on that. I don't know what this is. Click on that. Yeah, click on it. Open it up somehow. Find a way to it. Get there. You can do it. I believe in the dream. Click on that Google link. You'll find it. Nope, got to click on that Google link. Google link. Look on that Google link. All that in Google nastiness. Click on that. Pull it up. Somehow you're going to get there. Yes, we're getting there. Somehow we'll find it. We're getting there. We're going there. We got to get it. Finding it. Working it. Looking at the Freemason imagery of Google. That's exciting. Click it. Okay. Click on the downloaded video. Click it. Oh, we're going to find it. Okay, what is this video? Okay, that's my wife. You don't have to play. There she is. That's my wife at the Golden Gate Bridge years ago. And I liked that video, and it has to get into this year's Christmas video. But is my family Christmas video more important than you? No, but it's important, so it's on my to-do list. Make sense? But what's not important to me doesn't go on my to-do list. Does that make sense? So let me tell you what I was dealing with a second ago. I have a prophetic guy. This is why the Reawaken Tour makes me nuts. Who texts me, he says, I am so glad about ABC 1, 2, 3. Do you know what today's date is? What is today's date? What is it? Somehow in his mind, it's a good thing that our event's happening on the 19th because of whatever, and because if you add up the date and you swirl it around, you put your head in a blender, it means something. But I also got a text message from a person who says it's a bad thing that we're having on the 19th. And I'll tell you what, I don't care about any of it. But I could care, and if I did care, I would put it on my to-do list. I'll tell you what, I am not going back and looking at the historical calendar of the world and going, dear God, we're on the 19th, we're all going to die. Or what happened on the 19th 200 years ago? I don't know. Meanwhile, we're going to be here tomorrow. Make sense? So, to-do list. If it matters to me, I put it on my to-do list. Next item on the to-do list, okay? Invoice. I got to pay the bill. Chrissy, click on this bill. Let's look at the bill. Chrissy, I have got to pay a bill today. How many of you met people that don't pay bills? That's cool. Chrissy, I got to pay this bill. Why do I have to pay the bill? Scroll on it. Let's look at the invoice. Let's look at this thing. Let's pull it up here. Big shout out to Paul Sullivan.
So you can stay in business?
Let's look on this. What did I buy? I got trees. That's my guilty pleasure. I buy trees in the way people buy drugs. So, Josh, what? Okay, I was a former DJ. Sorry for the drug analogies. Okay, but Josh, why do I buy trees?
I think it's one of the things that give you happiness. I think.
What do you like to buy?
What do I like to buy?
Yeah, when you're not here, what do you like to buy?
Watches.
You're sick. Raider likes boots. What do you like to buy, Troy? What do you like to buy?
Drugs.
Okay, nice. What do you like to buy, Greg?
I have no idea.
Okay, all I'm just saying is what matters to you, and you should write this down somewhere in your book. I'm telling you, it's so important. what gets scheduled gets done, but if it matters to you, put it on your to-do list. Let's keep going through my list, because my list is probably not good. I'm probably not doing a good job. Maybe your list is better than mine. Let's look at my list here. I got to pay $325 for pest control. And that's because this woman here says to me, was it a bug? What was it? A spider the size of a car was under her desk, like, rah, rah, and it was just, rah, and it could talk. It spoke Spanish and English. It was terrorizing her. How big was it, honestly, though? How big was it? Yeah. It was bad. And so I had to call the pest people. You know, the pest people, you call them up, boop, 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 and they, big shout out to Platinum Pest. They come by and they spray all these chemicals. We're all going to probably die as a result of this, but we've killed the bug. All right, so moving on. Next, Weimer. Weimer, he's a client of mine. I got to upload videos to his web, or photos to his website. Let's keep going. Thrivetime show, got to update. We got that. It's basically the outside of the website was showcasing our WordPress admin. I didn't want that to happen. So you can delete that one, number one, because it's done. He did delete there. Oh, that was beautiful. You see what just happened there? Did anybody experience the rush of energy that I just had? Whew. It's beautiful. Who knows what I'm talking about? When you cross something off your list, glory! You know, to me, it's like the rapture. Beam me up, Scotty. When I cross something off there, that's beautiful. Just, I mean, the sound I hear is, I hear God saying, well done.
I like to draw a line through mine or scratch through it so I can stare at it all day dead.
Chrissy, when you cross something off your list, how does that feel?
Feels so good.
Let's keep going. All right. So, timetofreeamerica.com. Got to get all the lanyards for tomorrow. Got to get those set up. Summer projects. I've got summer projects we got to get done. 400 chairs. Turns out the chairs that are set up for tomorrow's event looked awful, but worse. And I thought to myself, no, you great people cannot have crappy chairs. We need good chairs. So I had to reorder some more chairs for $4.50 per person. And if you take $22.50 for insurance, and then you have the security, man, it's not a cheap event. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, let's keep going. So now we've got Lacey. So my daughter, Scarlett, who, if you meet Scarlett, she's taller than the average human. She's one of our twins. She says, Dad, I want to learn photography. And to me, this is like the best thing we've had discussed in probably a year. I'm going, are you talking about wanting to work at a job? Yes, I love work. I mean, that's my love language. This would be like if you're a father, you like football, your kid says, I want to play football. It's just like, yes. I'm like, you want to be a photographer? Yeah. I know a lot about that. When do you want to start? She's like, well, right away. I'm like, oh. So I called up one of my former employees. I said, Lacey, we have a alarm, can I pay you to teach my kid photography? She said, oh, yeah. I'm like, good. I will pay you to teach. So moving forward, when are we doing it? So I got a hold of Lacey to teach my daughter photography. But it's like, that. Does that matter more? Anything that matters to me goes on my, so anything that matters to you should go on your, okay. Now, you can meditate on this. Think about this. Josh, why don't most people have a to-do list? Not you, other people. Other people at other conferences.
I don't think they're serious about getting things done. I think they like to talk about getting it done, but they don't actually want to put in the work to get it done. And then if they were to put it on a to-do list, they just see it accumulate and accumulate and accumulate.
You want to hear a fun story? This is a fun story, and then we'll introduce our next speaker in just a minute. I want to kind of fun story transition, then we'll get into this. How many of you have ever been around a super successful person? Have you been around a super successful? I mean, have you ever been like, we've been around someone, you go, wow, they're great at something?
Yes.
Go back 10, 15 years. What would be, you don't have to mention their name, but what kind of thing were they doing where you said, wow, they're good at their thing? Think about it. Who is somebody you've observed where you're like, man, they're the best at their thing?
You.
Okay, well, thank you for saying that. But I'm not good at the rest of life. Good at business, but. Yeah. Okay, Greg, what something? Have you been around someone who's you've done remodels for multimillionaires? Is there any time you've been around someone who's super successful?
Yes, I mean quite a few, a lot here because of your conferences, and I second her.
So you've seen it.
I have,
and I'm gonna tell you something. 'Cause I'm trying to help you. Every successful person I've ever been around, they all have a. I've never met, and I've interviewed billionaires on my show. I've spent an entire day with the founder of Hobby Lobby, and he uses a to-do list. It's like it's a patented invention that only he has access to. It's called a To-do list. The second tool these people have, these Jedis, they have is a calendar. Whoa! And they have a calendar and a to-do list. That's how they drive through life. It's like the steering wheel is the to-do list, and the windshield is the calendar. So I had met this guy named General Flynn. Who knows about General Flynn? By the way, he'll be here at 5 o'clock today. And I had only met him one time. I met him at the Reawaken. The first one we did in Tulsa. Who was at that one? Was anybody there at the Tulsa? Okay, so I met him for the first time there. The first time I'd met him was spent time with him. And so I got invited to MC an event in Utah. And I normally say no to every event, but I said yes to this one because the general said, hey, I'm coming, and if you could MC, I think you could make it kind of fun. We could do it together. I'm going, okay, sure. So third thing about all successful people, then I'll stop harassing you about these traits. All super successful people have they all have yeah, and they all wake up an hour before they see people. They all wake up an hour before they all plan their day, So I wake up at 3 in the morning because I'm a sicko, right? So I'm in Utah, Provo, Utah. I mean, what is the ski town that's famous? And it's kind of near Salt Lake City, right near it, right? It's right, Park City. I'm in Park City. I wake up at Park City at 3 in the morning, and I get up, and who's ever been up at 3? What's great is no one else is typically up, So I go down to the breakfast area where they got coffee, and I find some coffee from yesterday. I'm sipping on some cold coffee from yesterday, do my thing. We're making my to-do list. And guess who comes down and interrupts my private time? General Flynn. And I knew that he would be up at that time. And he goes, Clay Clark. I go, General Flynn. He's like, I knew I'd find you here. And I'm like, oh, I knew that I would find you too. We didn't talk about it. Because all successful people make a to-do list, have a calendar, and they get up early. And because the event started early, I just knew it. I told my wife, I said, I bet you when I get up, I'm going to run into only one speaker, and that's going to be General Flynn. I guarantee. When I was in Doral, it's like 5 in the morning. Who was at the Doral Reawaken? I got up at, really early, 3 in the morning. I'm walking around at 3 in the morning, just kind of organizing my day. And because I'm wanting to make sure the event is as close to perfect as I can. Not General Flynn. Do you want to guess who the first speaker I saw was previous to 6 in the morning? Eric Trump. He's there looking at the bushes at 5 in the morning. Looking at the bushes. He's walking around with the landscape crew, making sure they're perfect. And I'm like, I don't even want to say hi. I just want to watch him and stalk him. Because he's like walking around in a suit at 5 in the morning like, I don't know, guys, because he wants it to be perfect. So you have to decide today, do you want to become a super successful person or not? And I'm giving you the tools. You got to have a calendar, got to have a to-do list, and you got to wake up an hour before you see people and organize your day. Does that make sense? So you've done the books for financially successful people.
Oh yeah.
Do you see patterns?
Yeah, you see a lot of patterns because that's the interesting part of my interaction. I know all of the financial details of the people that I'm talking to all day, every day. And so you can see the difference because one of the things with the to-do list is like some people make a decision right away. Some people pretend like they're going to do it, and some people put it on their to-do list. And putting it on your to-do list or doing it right away is great, but the ones who do neither tend to be the ones who have financial problems.
Troy, you see any common traits with super successful people?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of discipline. I have patients that are Olympic athletes who've won gold and silver, and then wealthy business owners, and they all are very disciplined. They stick to their calendars. Basically, one of the things I think you're trying to say to people. But they're extremely disciplined. They get up early. They work hard, and they're very, very focused on whatever their mindset is.
Are you looking to start or grow a super successful business? Join Eric Trump, the New York Times bestselling author of The Carnivore Diet, Sean Baker. Join hundreds of real business owner client success stories at the highest rated business conference in America. Join Mel Kay, Pastor Jackson Lawmeyer, Julie Green, Amanda Grace, Pastor Dave Scarlett, and myself in Tulsa, Oklahoma, November 5th and 6th. Attend the most real, the most authentic, the highest rated, and most reviewed Ultimate Business Growth Workshop. During this 2-day interactive business workshop, you're going to learn everything you need to know to make your business grow. Learn how to generate more sales. Learn how to produce additional high-quality inbound leads. Learn how to create repeatable systems. Learn how to build a successful business. And learn how to do it now. If you've ever wanted to learn how to start and grow a super successful company, this is the event for you. At our 2-day interactive business workshop, we will teach you specifically every step that you need to take to start and grow a super successful company. We will teach you specifically how to get to the top of the Google search engine results, how to dominate artificial intelligence search results, how to market via social media, how to generate more leads, and how to get in front of your ideal and likely buyers. We're going to teach you the step-by-step processes that you need to learn in order to hire, inspire, train, and retain high-quality employees and teammates. We're going to teach you specifically what you need to learn to manage a team of people. We're going to teach you how to manage your finances, how to look at the numbers, and to figure out the specific steps that you need to take to create a time freedom and financial freedom producing business. At the Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshop, we've been teaching entrepreneurs everything they need to know to start and grow a successful company since 2005. In fact, at our 2-day interactive business workshops, we're going to teach you marketing, systems and scaling, human resources, accounting, social media marketing, branding, search engine optimization, sales training, financial management, and so much more. You can learn more and request tickets today simply by going to thrivetimeshow.com. Yes, you can request tickets today simply by going to thrivetimeshow.com. That's the website. Join Eric Trump, myself, and Team America live and in person at the Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshop, November 5th and 6th in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas, and soon to be Arkansas. We have probably grown 5 times. We've added, I think when we first started with you, we had 60 to 65 employees. And now we have a little over 300 employees. Before we got involved with Thrivetime, we didn't really have any systems or processes in place. So I've probably been to, in 6-7 years, I've probably been to 12 to 13 business conferences. And amazingly, each time I go, I learn something new, and I'm so excited to bring it back and show the team about marketing and how to implement.
Okay, Aaron Antis, November 5th and 6th. Guess who's coming back to Tulsa? I will give you a hint. His first name is Eric, and his last name is Trump. Whoa. And his father is the 47th president of these United States. Yes, Eric Trump is joining us once again here September 25th and 26th in Tulsa, Oklahoma for the 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show Business Growth Workshop. But Eric Trump is bringing friends. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Grace will be in the place. Dr. Stella Emanuel will be here in T-Town in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Julie Green will be on the scene. Mel K will be here to say hey. Dave Scarlett from the His Glory team will be here. It's going to be a blasty blast right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you want to start or grow a super successful company, if you want to make your wallet great again or make your wallet great for the first time, if you want to learn marketing, systems, scaling, human resources, accounting, social media, branding, search engine optimization, sales training, financial management, and more, get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. Once again, that's thrivetimeshow.com.
Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy. I'm originally from Tulsa, born and raised here. I've definitely learned a lot about life design and making sure the business serves you. The linear workflow for us and getting everything out on paper and documented is really important. Like we have workflows that are kind of all over the place, so having linear workflow and seeing that mapped out on multiple different boards is pretty awesome. That's really helpful for me. The atmosphere here is awesome. I definitely just stared at the walls, figuring out how to make my facility look like this place. This place rocks. It's invigorating. The walls are super, it's just very cool. The atmosphere is cool. The people are nice. It's a pretty cool place to be. Very good learning atmosphere. Like literally want to model it and steal everything that's here at this facility and basically create it just on our business side. Clay is hilarious. I literally laughed so hard that I started having tears yesterday. And we've been learning a lot, which, you know, we've been sitting here, we've been learning a lot, and so the humor definitely helps. It breaks it up. But the content is awesome, off the charts, and it's very interactive. You can raise your hand. It's not like you're just listening to the professor speak, you know. The wizard teaches, but the wizard interacts and he takes questions, so that's awesome. If you're not attending the conference, you're missing about 3/4 to half of your life. You're definitely, it's probably worth a couple $1,000s. So you're missing the thought process of someone that's already started like 9 profitable businesses. So not only is it a lot of good information, but just getting in the thought.
Clay Clark is here somewhere. Where's my buddy Clay? Clay's the greatest. I met his goats today. I met his dogs. I met his chickens. I saw his compound. He's like the greatest guy.
I ran from his goats, his chickens, his dogs.
So this guy's like the greatest marketer you've ever seen, right? His entire life, Clay Clark, his entire life is marketing.
Well, people don't know this, but the Trump Organization has thousands of employees. There's not 50 employees. The Trump Organization, again, most people don't know this, but the Trump Organization has thousands of employees. And while Donald J. Trump was the 45th president of these United States, he needed a competent man to run and execute his business plans. Showtime! So the man that runs the Trump Organization for Donald J. Trump, as he was the 45th president of the United States and now the 47th president of the United States, is Eric Trump. And so Eric Trump is here to talk about time management, promoting from within, marketing, branding, quality control, sales systems, workflow design, workflow mapping, how to build. I mean, everything that you see, the Trump hotels, the Trump golf courses, all their products, the man who manages billions of dollars of real estate and thousands of employees is here to teach us how to do it.
You are talking about one of the greatest brands on the planet from a business standpoint. I mean, who else has been able to create a brand like the Trump brand? I mean, look at it. And this is the man behind the business for the last, pretty much since 2015. He's been the man behind it. So you're talking, we're into 9 going into 10 years of him running it, and we get to tap into that knowledge. That's going to be amazing.
Now, think about this for a second.
But that Clay Clark, man, he is one character.
It's a good word for him, character. Yeah, that is it.
Good, driven, smart. And I've never met a guy who was so hyper all the time. He's doing so much good. And then I met his mother, and she just says, she just lets him be Clay Clark. I mean, so he's endorsed by his mother, and he's doing magnificent work. So it was great meeting you out there and all the people that he surrounds himself with. Clay Clark starts his days at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, he's a machine. He's a machine.
Yeah. But I have problems with my company starting at 9 o'clock. Yes, hundreds of people showing up at 5 a.m. in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Man, he's a leader of a leader. He's a fantastic young man.
No, he is.
The lineup continues to grow, and this is how we do our tickets here at the Thrivetime Show. If you want to get a VIP ticket, you can absolutely do it. It's $500 for a VIP ticket. We've always done it that way. Now, if you want to take a general admission ticket, it's $250 or whatever price you want to pay. And the reason why I do that, and the reason why we do that is because we want to make our events affordable for everybody. I grew up without money. I totally understand what it's like to be in a tight spot. So if you want to attend, it's $250 or whatever price you want to pay. That's how I do it. And it's $500 for a VIP ticket. Now, we only have limited seating here. With the most people we've ever had in this building was for the Jim Brewer presentation. Jim Brewer came here, the legendary comedian Jim Brewer came to Tulsa, and we had
718 people. 718 people.
And I thought to myself, there's no more room. I felt kind of bad that a couple people had VIP seats in the men's restroom. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. But I thought, you know what, we should probably add on. So again, if you want to get tickets for this event, all you have to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com, Go to thrivetimeshow.com. When you go to thrivetimeshow.com, you'll go there, you'll request a ticket, boom. Or if you want to text me, if you want a little bit faster service, you say, I want you to call me right now. Just text my number. It's my cell phone number, my personal cell phone number. We'll keep that private between you, me, everybody. We'll keep that private. And anybody, don't share that with anybody except for everybody. That's my private cell phone number. It's 918-851-0102. 918-851-0102. I know we have a lot of Spanish-speaking people that attend these conferences, and to be bilingually sensitive, my cell phone number is 918-851-0102.
That is not actually bilingual. That's just saying Juan for a one. It's not the same thing.
I think you're attacking me. Now, let's talk about this. Now, what kind of stuff will you learn at the Thrivetime Show workshop? So, Aaron, you've been to many of these over the past 7-8 years. So let's talk about it. I'll tee up the thing, and then you tell me what you're going to learn here, okay?
Okay.
You're going to learn marketing and branding. What are we going to learn about marketing and branding?
Oh, yeah. We're going to dive into, so many people say, I got to get my brand known out there, like the Trump brand, right? You want to get that brand out there. It's like, how do I actually make people know what my business is and make it a household name? You're going to learn some intricacies of how you can do that.
You're going to learn sales. So many people struggle to sell something. This just in, your business will go to hell if you can't sell. So we're going to teach you sales. We're going to teach you search engine optimization, how to come up top in the search engine results. We're going to teach you how to manage people. Aaron, you have managed, no exaggeration, hundreds of people throughout your career and thousands of contractors. And most people struggle with managing people. Why does everybody have to learn how to manage people?
Well, because first of all, you either have great people or you have people who suck. And so it can be a challenge, learning how to work with a large group of people and get everybody pulling in the same direction can be a challenge. But if you have the right systems, you have the right processes, and you're really good at selecting great ones, and we have a process we teach about how to find great people. When you start with the people who have a great attitude, they're teachable, they're driven, all of those things, then, you can get those people all pulling in the same direction.
So we're going to teach you branding, marketing, sales, search engine optimization. We're going to teach you accounting. We're going to teach you personal finance, how to manage your finance. We're going to teach you time management. How do you manage your time? How do you get more done during a typical day? How do you build an organization if you're not organized? How do you do organization? How do you build an org chart? Everything that you need to know to start and grow a business will be taught during this 2-day interactive business workshop. Now, let me tell you how the format is set up here. And again, folks, this is a 2-day interactive 15. Think about this, folks. It's 2 days. Each day it starts at 7 a.m. and it goes until 5 p.m. So from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., 2 days. It's a 2-day interactive workshop. The way we do it is we do a 30-minute teaching session, and then we break for 15 minutes for a question and answer session. So, Aaron, what kind of great stuff happens during that 15-minute question and answer session after every teaching session?
I actually think it's the best part about the workshops, because here's what happens. I've been to lots of these things over the years. I've paid many thousands of dollars to go to them. And you go in there and they talk in vague generalities, and they're constantly upselling you for something, trying to get you to buy this thing or that thing or this program or this membership. And you leave not getting your very specific questions answered about your business or your employees or what you're doing on your marketing. And what's awesome about this is we literally answer every single question that any person asks, and it's very specific to what your business is.
And what we do is we allow you as the attendee to write your questions on the whiteboard. And then we literally, as you mentioned, we answer every single question on the whiteboard. And then we take a 15-minute break to stretch and to make it entertaining when you're stretching. And this is a true story. When you get up and stretch, you'll be greeted by mariachis. There's going to probably be alpaca here, llamas, helicopter rides, a coffee bar, a snow cone. There's just...
You had a crocodile one time. That was pretty interesting.
I should write that down and actually do that.
Sorry for that one guy that we lost.
The crocodile, we duct taped its face so that we duct taped.
No, it was a baby crocodile.
And it was duct tape.
Duct tape around the mouth so it didn't bite anybody. But it was really cool passing that thing around and
I should do that. We have a small petting zoo that will be assembled. It's going to be great. And then you're in the company of hundreds of entrepreneurs. So there's not a lot of people in America today. In fact, there's less than 10 million people today, according to U.S. Debt Clock, that identify as being self-employed. So if you have a country with 350 million people, that means you have less than 3% of our population that's even self-employed. Yeah. So you only have 3 out of every 100 people in America that are self-employed to begin with. And when Inc. magazine reports that 96% of businesses fail by default, you have a 1 out of 1,000 chance of succeeding in the game of business.
It's tough.
But yet the average client that you and I work with, we can typically double this. And this is no hyperbole, no exaggeration. And I have thousands of testimonials to back this up. We have thousands of testimonials to back it up. But when you work with a home builder, when I work with a business owner, we can typically double the size of the company within 24 months.
Yeah.
Double. And you say double? Yeah, there's businesses that we have tripled. There's businesses we've grown 8x. There's so many examples you can see at thrivetimeshow.com. But again, this is the most interactive, best business workshop on the planet. This is objectively the highest rated and most reviewed business workshop on the planet.
I was looking to learn how to take my business, like they've said today, from being very successful to being systematic. I've got a very successful practice in 3 different cities, make good money, just want to take it to the next level with systems and processes to where I can drive my cars more.
Paul Hood.
I've been a CPA for 33 years.
And what kind of growth have you and your great team had here over the past, let's say, 5-6 years?
The last 5, when I met you 5 years ago, we were doing 3 million. This year we'll do 24 million.
Whoa. And you say, Clay, I'm not going to get a ticket unless you give me more. Okay, fine. We're going to serve you the same meal both days. True story. We cater in the food, and because I keep it simple, I literally bring in the same food both days for lunch. It's Ted Escondido's, an incredible Mexican restaurant. That's going to happen. And someone says, I want more. This is not enough.
Give me more.
Okay. I'm not going to mention their names right now because I'm working on it behind the scenes here. But we've got one guy who's given me a verbal to be here. And this is a guy who's one of the wealthiest people in Oklahoma. And nobody really knows who he is because he's built systems that are very utilitarian, that offer a lot of value. He's made a lot of money in it's where you rent. It's short term. It's where you're renting storage spaces. He's a storage space guy. He owns what do you call that? The rental,
storage space.
Storage units. This guy owns storage units. He owns railroad cars. He owns a lot of assets that make money on a daily basis, but they're not like customer facing. Most people don't know who owns the mini storage facility, or most people don't know who owns the warehouse that's passively making money. Most people don't know who owns the railroad cars, but this guy, he's given me a verbal that he will be here, and we just continue to add more and more success stories. So if you're out there today and you want to change your life, you want to give yourself an incredible gift, you want a life-changing experience, you want to learn how to start and grow a company, go to thrivetimeshow.com. Go there right now, thrivetimeshow.com. Request a ticket for the 2-day interactive event.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Thomas Crossan, owner and founder of Full Package Media in Dallas, Texas. I've been a coaching client with Clay Clark since the beginning of our business. We started about a year ago, August of last year. I had no clients, no idea what we were doing, no clue really what was going on. And now we've grown to where we've got 6 photographers, we've got office space here. I have an admin, sales person that works for us full time, developing an online system. And a lot of that growth we attribute to Clay helping us. And there's so many things that, his stuff is not revolutionary. It's not this crazy walk on hot coals and all this stuff. It's just real stuff.
It's going to be a blasty blast. There's no upsells. Aaron, I could not be more excited about this event.
I think it is incredible. And there's somebody out there right now, you're watching and you're like, but I already signed up for this incredible other program called Smoke Your Way to Thin. I think that's going to change your life. I promise you this will be 10 times better than that.
Whoa. It's like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking.
Don't do the Smoke Your Way to Thin conference. That is, I've tried it. Don't do it.
Yeah, chain smoking is not a viable. It is life changing. It is life changing. If you become a chain smoker, it is life changing.
Not the best weight loss program, though.
Right. Really. So if you're looking to have life changing results in a way that won't cause you to have a stoma, get your tickets at thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's Aaron Antis. I'm Clay Clark, and reminding you and inviting you to come out to the 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show workshop right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I promise you it will be a life life-changing experience. We can't wait to see you right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. What kind of growth have you had since you and I have been working together over these past few years?
3.45 million. I got those stats before I got on here.
So you've grown by 3.45 million.
Yeah, 3,450,000.
Would that be like if you took the combined revenue, maybe doubled it? Have we gone up by
about almost 3, not quite.